For this video, I am treated to a lovely black BMW M2 competition. Really great customer of mine, lovely person, and just wanted to get my hands on his new car. The car's not brand new, it was new to him. Grubby, but not disgusting. It's no disaster detail. It's kind of what I do, these nicer cars. Whilst I crack on with the wheels, I'm going to tell you what the car was booked in for. So initially speaking to the customer, he had said, I've had some paint protection film put on the front, not a problem with that, so that we knew the front end was covered and protected. And he was told that the back half or the rest of the car had been detailed by someone else, but to his words, I don't think it's up to Joe standards. Can you sort it out? Absolutely, not a problem. Then there's the curveball of actually, oh my god, this car's been keyed. Right, so while the customer was out, he's come back and there's a score line from under the wing mirror. This is how we evaluated this was deliberate, all the way to the rear light. And this is what prompted him to say, I need the car now done. As soon as it was keyed, he stopped driving the car, he was disinterested in it, and he needed me to revitalise that. So I booked it in for my enhancement detail, which is a one-stage single step polish, which will sort of really enhance the depth and gloss of the paintwork whilst removing some lighter swirls. And I knew I was going to tackle that key mark for him and it would make for a great video. So as always, first thing I was to give those wheels and arches a deep clean with some good heavy fallout remover, loads of brushes, getting into all the nooks and crannies, and once that was done, a little bit of sealant was then sprayed on the wheels to sort of enhance the gloss and ensure they would be easier to clean the next time I cleaned the car. Now the wheels were done, it was time to get stuck in and give this thing a really good snow foam. Warm-ish sort of day, autumn weather, so it wasn't baking hot, but direct sun on the front of the car, so I wasn't able to let it dwell for too long. Really kept my eyes on it. Snow foam of choice this time was Auto Finesse Avalanche, applied through the big boy Foamer Pro snow foam gun. This thing's just magical. If you're into snow foam and all of that goes with it, and taking pictures and blah blah blah, or making videos like silly wallies like me, you're gonna love that thing. It's like the mystical snow foam gun. It's quite impressive, to be fair. I'm not down for too many gimmicky things, but that and half cool. The snow foam was there to sort of tackle off that loose grime that was sat on the surface, so when I come back in and cleaned the surface with my wash mitt and my shampoo, I could actually assess what was there. I believe the car wasn't overly contaminated, but I needed the surface to be as clean as possible for when I shampoo in it to see whether that was the case, and this snow foam did the trick, dripped, made for some lovely shots. Now, like I say, the wash process on this car, the car's pretty new. It's recently been detailed as to what I was told, so contamination wasn't an issue, and it was about getting the surface as clean as possible so I could see what I was dealing with. Like we've established already, the front end's PPF, so we haven't got to worry about that. It was the back half, and whilst I was washing and that sort of upper front portion of that door was in the sun, I could kind of see the swirling and holograms that someone had been there with a rotary polisher before. Not a problem, it just hadn't been fully finished down. So actually they had done the bulk of the work. They had really cut back heavy, removed all the scratches, blah blah blah. And I was going to come in a bit like a hero and make it look beautiful. So having got into the wash process, realised it didn't need it contaminating, realised what had already been done to it, the excitement of having to tackle that scratch down the near side of the car, I was double excited for this one. These are the ones that actually, these are just as cool as those crazy supercars you do. and I have to say the afters of this one just made it all worth it for me. Loved doing this car. And if you enjoy the video, enjoy the results, want to see more of these, please let me know in the comments below. Interaction really helps with the videos, and it kind of helps me know what's working on the channel. I've kind of gone into this format of where I'm showing you what I'm doing day to day work wise, and hopefully you can just extract bits that you like. If that's good for you, drop a comment, give it a thumbs up. Much appreciated, that would be. So once the car was thoroughly rinsed down, I just cracked on with the drying process. Like I would say, the sun was in and out this day. It was scorching 1 minute, next minute it was cloudy. I didn't know where I stood, so I kind of whipped towel over it, got the big boy blower out, blew it off as much as I could before pulling it inside, and really inspecting the paint, working out how much I could enhance it. But like I say, I was strapped for time on the drying process of this one, so I just got it done, got it inside. Really hard to capture, but that white line there went all the way down the edge of the car. Real pain in the backside. Like I say, it was sat in a place whereby it was so obvious that it had been done that it really put the owner off of enjoying the car. Not necessarily driving it, but he didn't feel like the car was at its best. So heavy weight on my shoulders, knowing that I had to get this right so he'd enjoy driving the car again. Touch compound, rotary polisher, and a nice polishing pad, and I just set to work on it. Slowly working it down. Obviously, I've used my paint depth gauge on this before. I've established that I've got enough paint to work with. It's not been absolutely hammered by a machine before, so I've got a bit of playroom here. I can pull this out. I knew I was sound. It was just whether I could get it to the extent I wanted to. And actually, I have to say, I was really happy. The whole thing came out. Now, some extensions were used to get under the wing mirror and to get me in some of the tighter areas. But this whole upper swage line of the M2, if you will, was all done with a cutting compound and the rotary polisher to pull that scratch out before I then tackled the rest of the car. Talking about the rest of the car, I had swirling and hologram galore from someone had compounded this but had never finished it down. This was robbing the car of clarity, depth, richness. It just needed that final 30%. Soft polishing pad, really fine finishing polish, and just enjoyed this one. Like I say, this, because someone has done so much hard work before me, the polishing process was so enjoyable. I wasn't chasing out all of the big scratches and going into all the edges that had already been done for me. I was here to look like a hero. I whipped my rotary out, a nice 3M pad on it and some Meguiars polishing compound, and I felt like I was the best detailer in the world that day. It was beautiful. And like I say, it shows you what results you can get from rotary polishing as well, and how you can finish paint down correctly with a rotary. A lot of people are scared of rotaries. If you've got one and you've never used one before, grab a 3M pad like this one. I'll throw some cool links in the description to like the pad, the polish, paint depth gauge. I'll highlight some products. I'll put them in the description. Like I say, grab a soft pad and have a go. Start with a finishing polish and then slowly work your way up. Rotary polishing is nothing to be scared of, and it worked perfectly for this BMW Enhancement Detail. I was stunned by the results on it. you go. Look at that gloss. Oh yeah. No hologram in here. That's how you work a rotary. The depth on that finish was delicious. I was so happy. Now, being an enhancement detail, like I say, I wasn't there to chase out all of the scratches in the paint. I was there just to refine it down. The customer didn't want a massive bill, and I fully respect that. Once it was refined down with the rotary polisher, I then come back in. Swissvax Onyx wax was used on this. Delicious this is. I mean, I know people think waxes are a thing of the past, blah blah blah. If you're in the detailing game, not everyone wants a ceramic coating. Not everyone wants to spend the money on that. Some people just want a one day, make that car as beautiful as you can. Swissvax waxes still offer stunning looks and durability in terms of carnauba wax. Yeah, I'm sure you're going to find a wax from a handmade dude in a garage in England for 20 quid or whatever, but every now and then it's nice to feel a little bit fancy, I think, and the results are, it gives you that wet look. On this black sapphire paintwork, it genuinely looked wet when it went outside. I was mega impressed. Like I say, if you've not, grab yourself a tub of Onyx. It's their entry point wax. You can even get it in the little 100ml or 50ml. I think they're 50ml tubs, 20-30 quid. Get one of them, try it out, and then tell me you don't love it. You're gonna love it. Talking about that, the paintwork was then topped with a nice layer of Tyre dressing just to make those tyres pop. Again, really enhanced the look of that black paintwork. Now with the exterior done, we've cleansed, we've polished, we've protected it, we've dressed it. It was down to the interior. Again, this isn't a disaster detail. We're talking about leather seats, really quite recent carpets, but the owner stated two things. Underneath the mats, the carpet was disgusting, and also the inside glass was absolutely minging. The glass isn't a problem. I know Auto Finesse Crystal was going to whip that up, really heavily alcohol based, and it removes any greases and oils on the screens, so that wasn't a problem. It was the carpets that kind of freaks me out. So I thought, let me look after the fella here, let's steam the whole interior down. I'm talking seats, dashboard, air vents, carpets. I've really gone to town and sanitized every surface. Now, like I say, this isn't the dirtiest interior I've ever cleaned, but being a new to him car, he wanted it to feel new. He wanted it that fresh feeling. So going in with the steamer on all of the surfaces just gave me that bit extra that I could say to him that I knew that interior was perfectly clean. Once it was steamed, a good amount of interior cleaner was then just applied to a warm, damp microfiber and just worked into the leather. Nothing more needed. And the seats come up like brand new, as you'd expect them to. Now again, on the driver's side, steamer was then used on the steering wheel as well. Obviously going to be one of the most grubby areas, most contaminated areas on the interior. So all of the dust and dirt on all the little buttons and all the crevices and the stitching was blown out with the steamer. I've then come back in with a natural soft bristle white brush. The hair on this brush is stunning. I have a desire to be able to sell these brushes. I'm going to try and work on it. That and a good quality strong leather cleaner from Colour Lock, steering wheel come up like brand new. Again, another reason this detail just got better and better. Now, due to how dark the inside of the car was, I just couldn't film the actual carpets being steamed, so I thought I'd demonstrate exactly what was done on one of the floor mats. This was done on the floor mats and all of the carpet surfaces. Hoovered, interior cleaned, steam cleaned, vacuumed back out, perfectly clean. No sticky carpets here, sir. Everything's perfectly sanitized for you. Finally, the glass. Again, really difficult to film on the inside of this car. Tinted windows all the way around. But like I say, the owner made a real sort of conscious effort just to let me know that the glass was a big thing on this car. Two-tail method, auto finesse crystal, cleared it up, no problems. Like I say, I stuck a spotlight in the corner up for the inside so I could see. Smear-free finish, no oils, no grease. Perfectly clean, ready to go and hammer some B roads. And once the glass was done, the car was done. Stunning afters. Again, just tell me what you think about this. Leave a comment if you've got this far and tell me how great does that car look in the afters. The owner was super happy, super grateful. Can't wait to wash it again because it's laid up with wax, and the black paintwork looked stunning in the sunshine when he collected it the next day. Really enjoyed doing this one. If you've enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel. I've got more great videos like this coming your way. Cheers.